Okay, perfect. So it looks like we're started. So like I said, I'm Sierra, not Jessica. A little bit about me. I'm probably connected to a lot of you guys personally, but if I'm not, I'm one of the people who helped start the Teen Legends Facebook page. So if you guys have questions or you need help, you're always welcome to reach out to me. If Jessica or Stephen or Ashley or whoever your enroller is happens to be busy. Let me mute my phone because it's going to go off 100 times. Story of my life. So I brought you guys on here today because I wanted to make sure that everyone kicks off their business fast, efficiently, and with a bang. A lot of you guys who Stephen must have logged on. A lot of you guys who have just gotten started with us have a ton of questions. And we want to answer them for you, but I want you guys to also know what is most important, what you should be doing first. So you just became a promoter, and this is important information. So if you are always enrolling new promoters, taking notes is awesome, or you can send them this Zoom. I'm recording it, and we're going to try to post it to the page. But these are the things that you should be teaching them and you should be doing for them. And then if you're new, this is what you should be doing right now. So before you launch your business, or if you've already launched your business, that's fine. But go forward, teach this method. So somebody signs up as a new promoter, you want to immediately have them download the app. If you have not downloaded the app, pull out your phone right now. And if you're on your phone right now, you can totally go to your app store and pick, it's called the Prove It Pulse app. You're going to download that and log in. That is your lifeline to the company. That is how the company is going to push out messages for sales. That's how you're going to learn that you got a new promoter or you got a new customer. That's how Michael Rutherford's going to send you messages. That is how you are going to get all of the call information. So the huddle calls, all of those things, which Casey will be going over in a minute. You'll get all that information that's company-wide via the Pulse app. So please, if you have not downloaded the Pulse app, please download the Pulse app. Also, you need to go to the Facebook page. If you have not gone to the Facebook page, it's Facebook /JustProveIt. And you need to like the page and then turn the notifications on. If you guys don't know how to do that, you can reach out. I feel like a lot of you guys probably know how to turn on some notifications. Turn your notifications on. Sometimes they have really cool contests that only run for 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes they go live with really neat information, and you want to make sure that you get a notification when that happens. And then it's so important that you interact on that page. So they put out some amazing content for you to share and for you to comment on and for you to send to your friends. And you won't get that if you haven't liked it. So I challenge you guys to find at least one post a day from that Facebook page that you share to your timeline or share with a friend. The content is awesome. They're always doing really cool live videos. On Wednesdays, they have live videos with Dr. Heather. There's awesome stuff that is going to help be validation for your incoming customers and your incoming promoters when they see how awesome that Facebook page is. We just recently, hit a huge milestone for likes. We're going for another one. So invite all of your friends to like it too. If you have not liked the Facebook page yet, do that right now too. That's really important. There is also an invite tab on it. It depends on what browser you're using. The Facebook app, if you click on the friends that have liked, when you're on that page and you scroll down just a little bit, there's an invite friends. So you can invite your friends. This is a great way to kick off your business too. You can invite your friends. And then if people accept your invitation, you can send them a message and be like, hey, oh my goodness, thanks so much for liking the Prove It Facebook page. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that you see on there. Thanks for your interest. Let me know if I can send you a short little video about Keto OS or Prove It. And then you'll follow up with that campfire video. Get on a Zoom. So you guys are on it. Perfect. Get on a Zoom. So every single Thursday night, we have a GoPro and Go MVP Zoom. What that is if you've joined and you're in your GoPro or your Go MVP period on Thursday nights, you need to get on the Zoom. We post it in the Team Legend page. And you hop on, and Jessica and Ashley and Steven, they go through how to hit GoPro, how to hit Go MVP, and tips for that, because those are going to be your first two goals. You honestly shouldn't worry about anything else. Ranks don't matter. Nothing matters except for your GoPro when you first get started, and then when you hit GoPro, your Go MVP. So that's what you should be focusing on. And so you also need to go through into your back office. When I say back office, I mean cloud, sorry. It's when you go to the Prove It page and you click login, and you log in with the username and the password that you made, that's considered your cloud. You'll hear me revert back to back office all the time, and you can totally correct me, but your Prove It cloud. So log into your Prove It cloud. Your first page that pops up is going to be your home page. So your home page is where you are going to be able to change your smart ship if you want to. You can change your products. You can you can delete products out of your cart. You can cancel and reinstate your smart ship. All of that is on there. You'll see a little part of your wallet. So on your front page, there's your wallet. So if you're pulling this out and listening along and looking at your cloud on your homepage, you'll see your wallet. That's where your first Prove It payday, your wallet is going to become active. You're going to get money in there, which is super exciting. That's where you're going to see the status of your Prove It bucks. So all of that is right there. Then the most important part on that first page is going to be the share tab. So it's about halfway down on your homepage, and it says share, and that is how you get your links to your 4 websites. So all of those websites are free for you to use. You can send them to as many people as you want. There is your your campfire video one, which is your Experience Keto. So that's your referral code .experienceketo.com. And if you don't know how to change your referral code, there's a super easy YouTube video about it that's posted on our team page. If you have not changed your referral code yet, talk to your enroller and they can get you hooked up with that video. So it'll be referral code .experienceketo.com. That is the most important video. The most important thing you can send anyone is that campfire video. That's how I got enrolled. That's how Jessica got enrolled. That's how Steven got enrolled. Casey came in with a campfire video. Everyone on this page probably came in with the campfire video. So that's the most important tool on that entire page. There's also 3 other websites. So there's your Shop Keto link. If you guys have been around long enough to have a sale, you know how much of a lifesaver the Shop Keto link is. It is a very basic version of the Prove It website that is only for shopping. There's none of the extra links about the specialist. There's no videos. There's nothing that's hard to load. So when we're going through a crazy, insane sale and you can't get on the site, 9 times out of 10, your Shop Keto link is going to be the one thing that's going to work when we've bogged down everything else. So that's a really important link for you to have. It's also important if somebody's enrolling as a customer and you want to make it very simple for them. Maybe they aren't very computer savvy. Maybe they get distracted really easily. All it is you send them that link and it pulls up all 4 products. And then they click on the product that they want. There's no other options. There's nothing else to really confuse them. So that's important. There's the Drink Your Sample video. So if you guys aren't utilizing the Drink Your Sample video, I highly encourage you to. Some best practices for that is if you're sending out your 5-day experiences, when you make a PayPal label, there's an option to send a note to a customer. I always include my Drink Your Sample video in the note to the customer if you're using PayPal to make your label. I always message it to people who buy their 5-day experience. And then you can also email or text it to them to follow up. But the cool thing about the Drink Your Sample video is it's basically everything that they need to know before they try their first serving of Keto OS, and it answers a lot of questions. So that instead of them coming to you and asking you 100 times, they have a video that tells them exactly what they need to do. So the Drink Your Sample video is awesome. So that's also another great video that you're going to be using. And then there's your plain old like Prove It Now link. That one is going to be the one that you're going to send somebody if they want to join as a promoter, or you may send it to them because they want more information about Prove It. There's a ton of really awesome resources on that Prove It Now link. So those are your 4 links that you get on your share tab. So make sure you're familiar with your share tab. After a couple days, you'll probably know them all by heart, but that's where you find them if you ever get confused. And the cool thing is there's just a copy button, and there's also a Facebook, Twitter button. You can just click the copy button and it copies it to your clipboard, and you can paste it anywhere that you want instead of having to type it out every single time. The next tab that you need to look at is your rewards tab. Our rewards tab is so amazing. If you came from any other business where you couldn't see your statistics kind of real time, you couldn't see how everything was going, how close you were to hitting a goal. At the top is going to be about all of your ranks. When you first start, I want you to skip that part. Don't even look at it. It doesn't matter. It's not important. And everybody always wants to know, well, how do I get to rank 2? You focus on Go Pro and you focus on Go MVP, and it happens. That's how you get to rank 2, and that's how you get to rank 3. So this is the most important part when you first get started, is to skip that part. And I know that sounds silly, but it's very important. As long as you have your blinders on and all you're looking at is that Go Pro and that Go MVP section. When you open up those sections, it's so very easy. You have little bars. You fill up the bars green. When you filled up all your bars green and you've hit all of the qualifications, you just hit Go Pro or you just hit Go MVP. Those are your first 2 milestones in your business, and those are the most important things that you can hit when you first get started. So everything else doesn't matter. Those are the only 2 things that you really need to focus on. And if you aren't 100% sure what Go Pro or Go MVP is, that's what the Zoom is on Thursday, or talk to your enroller. I'm not going to get into all that craziness right now. But just know that on your rewards tab, when you first get started, those are the only 2 things you should really care about. There's all kinds of other cool stuff down there, and we'll talk about that at some other point in time. We can do a whole Zoom about the rewards program. But right now, all you need to know on that entire tab is Go Pro and Go MVP. And then your Go button. We get a lot of questions about your Go button, and a lot of different people have a lot of different views on what you should do about your Go challenge and your Go button. When we came in, it was totally different. There was a lot of other stipulations. The company made it way easier for us. So basically, you have 14 days to hit your Go button. Once you hit your Go button, you have 14 days to hit Go Pro and 30 days to hit Go MVP. That's all you really need to know. It doesn't matter about your personal purchases. None of that stuff matters when it goes to Go Pro and Go MVP. If you came in previously, then there was a whole bunch of other more confusing stuff to go with it. We made it super simple. And people wonder, like, when should I hit my Go button? If you come in and you buy that experience pack or you buy that promoter pack and you are fired up and you are ready to post about Prove It and you're ready to share your link with the world, hit the button. You know, if you came in and during a sale and you have the craziest 2 days of your life and you're not going to mention a word about keto for 2 days, you don't have to hit the button for 2 days. Just know that if you don't hit your button in the first 14 days, that it automatically starts on day 14. That's all you really need to know. Don't overcomplicate it. When I came in, I hit my Go button immediately. Because I was super fired up, I was ready to go, and you know, that worked for me. And I've had people who didn't hit their Go button for a day or 2 because, you know, their kid was sick or whatever was going on in their life, and they hit their Go button when they were ready to launch their business. So basically, just hit your Go button when you're ready to go. I mean, it's super, super simple. The next thing after you've kind of poked around in your back office or your cloud, a little bit, is figure out when the next event is. This is huge. Getting to events is huge. How many of you guys have been to a company event or like a regional event? I feel like a lot of you guys have. I see a few people. I know, Casey, you've been to some. Like, this is going to change your business. And when I say, like, I know that it's hard. I have 2 small children. John works. We don't have babysitters. Like, it is hard. I understand 110%. It is very stressful for me sometimes to get to events. And there is a small financial investment. I mean, you have to get there and you have to pay for your hotel room. But when I say that you walk out of that event and you make back 10 times the money that you invested because of the knowledge that you gain, the excitement in the room, the validation that you get from that event, it just increases your belief in the company and in the product and in your team so very much. It is worth it. So if you guys are on this call, the next event is in Utah. It is actually not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm going, I know Steven's going, John's going. Casey, are you going? Casey's going. Who else is going to Utah? Anybody else on this Zoom? No? Okay, get to Utah. So Salt Lake City. It's a company event. It's going to be amazing. Yes, there actually is a Dallas event this weekend. It's a lab tour and mastermind, right? I think, right, Kathy? Lab tour. Okay, so there's a smaller event this weekend in Dallas. So if you're close to Dallas, get to that, but get to something. So the Pulse app is a great way to stay in touch with all of those things and to, stay in touch with what event is going to happen. Yes, I have a team in Canada and I am working on coming to Canada. I promise. It's on my list. That is huge. If you can't make it to Dallas and you can't make it to Salt Lake, start a savings account today, open it up, stuff it in your mattress, stuff it in your sock drawer, whatever you've got to do, but get to Vegas. So Vegas is the first weekend in September. I think it's September 6th through 8th. It's Keto Academy and more. So if you guys didn't get to Keto Academy and more in Orlando, they are doing it in Vegas. And even if you did go to Orlando, Vegas is Vegas. So you're going to come to that one too. We are so excited. It is going to be, so the first day is all about like the science of ketones, the science of ketogenic research, all of the, awesome knowledge that you can use to help you with this business. And then the other 2 days are going to be business building and self-building. I think I came out of more knowing so much more about myself than I did when I came into the room, and being empowered and facing some fears. And I mean, it's an amazing, amazing experience. So go ahead and put it on the schedule, buy your ticket. Yes, I got awesome materials to keep at More and at Keto Academy. We got a cool workbook that helped us, and we didn't finish everything, so we got to finish it at home. All of those things, I mean, they're so very, very important. So if you can get to Vegas, get to Vegas. If you can get to Salt Lake, please get to Salt Lake. If you think it's even remotely a possibility, but maybe, something is happening or something's going on in your life and you can't afford to get there or whatever it is, just reach out. If you want this so bad, like we will help you figure out a way to get there. So very important. And then after you've done all of those things, which it sounds like a lot, but it can all really be done in about 45 minutes. I know that it took me that long just to explain it, but I promise you it can be done in about 45 minutes. That's time for you to launch. It's time for you to get your business going. So when you're ready to launch, connect with your upline so you get that support. Connect with your enroller, connect with your enroller's enroller, and have that support. If you're not confident about what your first post is going to be, run it by them. Say, hey, I was thinking about this for my first post. What do you think? What would you change? Because sometimes your first post is the biggest post you'll ever post, and gets the most attention. And so you want it to be amazing. No pressure. But you want it to definitely be something that's going to catch somebody's attention. And a lot of us know some techniques that'll really help you. We call it more like attraction marketing than like throwing it in somebody's face exactly what it is. We want to, pique somebody's interest instead of give them all the details when you first get started. So connect with your enroller. Some of the plays that work to really launch your business is send out a text message to all of your friends in your phone, and just say, I found it. If you got a text from your friends that was the only thing they texted you was just, I found it, how many of you guys would answer and be like, well, what did you find? Like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about your car keys, like your cell phone? Like, what did you find? I know I would be really confused and I would probably answer. And then you can be like, I found this amazing product and it makes me feel amazing. If I send you a video, will you watch it? And send them the campfire video. That is an awesome way to kick off your business with your close friends and family, is just send them a picture, send them a text. Make your post. So, your first post, if you've taken keto before, if you've taken any Prove It product before, a personal testimony is huge. So if you have a personal testimony to share, awesome. If you have pictures to share, even better. If you don't, work with the person who enrolled you, because there are a lot of amazing things that you can say. Hey, I found this awesome product. It helps people with focus and mental clarity. Oh, and did I mention that it helps you lose fat? Like, this stuff is amazing. Selfie with your keto, whatever it is, but get that post up there, and then let the people in your team know that you have the post up there, so that we can, support you and come back behind you and get people excited, and, maybe answer questions that, you don't know the answer to, but we're always there to support you. And if you tell us that, hey, I made my first post, I need some love on it, we're going to go right over there and we're going to help you out. Host a mixer. So this should really be one of the things that you want to do within your first week of being a promoter. And a mixer doesn't have to sound scary. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to rent out an entire ballroom of a hotel to have a mixer. It can be 3 people in your break room at work. It can be a couple friends who come over after dinner. All you're going to do is you're going to shake up some keto, let them taste it, and see that it's not as bad as they think it is, and see that it actually tastes pretty good, and tell them a little bit about the product. There's actually a keto mixer video on YouTube that does all the work for you. And when I say all the work, like literally all the work, you just play the video. It tells you when to let them sample keto. It tells you when to do everything else. Like, it's very, very simple. So Michael Rutherford and Dustin Schaefer did all the work for you. You don't have to do anything. So host a mixer. Make sure that your enroller knows about your mixer. All of us, if we're close and free, we love to drop in on people's mixers if we're able to. But, if we're not, we can always be there via, Skype or FaceTime or whatever it is to help support you that way too. Do a drop-in. So drop-ins are just basically, a quick, like if you're headed over to a friend's house, take some. The mixer video is on YouTube. So if you just type in, I think all you have to actually type in, Stephen, isn't it like keto mixer, and it pops up? I know it's like something super simple. We can find the link and like post it on the team page if that helps later, but I'm pretty sure you just search keto mixer.
It's just a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I'll put it down here in the chat real quick. Give me just a second.
Okay, thanks. And we'll post it on the team page too if you guys haven't seen the keto mixer video. It's actually really cool to watch. And if you're nervous about having a mixer, it's an awesome video to just sit down and watch. I think it's like 15, 20 minutes long. It's super simple. Because if you watch it and you realize like, hey, this is really stupid simple, you are a little less afraid to host a mixer. So host a mixer. Add your friends to the Facebook page. So as people express interest, as people buy 5-day experiences from you, whatever it is, send them over to the Prove It Facebook page. Be like, hey, like this page for me. There's some cool recipes. There's some awesome trainers who post some fitness tips on there. Like this Facebook page for me. Because the cool thing about it is they get their 5-day experience, they try it, and then if they don't purchase right away, that's constantly popping up in their news feed. And so maybe a week from then, they're like, oh man, you know what? I forgot I need to order that keto stuff, because they see a post or they see, an awesome recipe and it makes them think of you. So get them added to the Facebook page. Getting Zooms and 3-way calls. So I just got to think about Zooms and 3-way calls right there. It was perfect timing. It's on my notes. So you just got started and you have a few friends who are like, hey, I might want to do this business with you, or hey, I want to know some more information. You don't have to do it. That's the cool part about Prove It. You don't have to do anything else. You just have to get them interested. So as soon as you get them interested, you pass them off. So you pass them off to Casey, you pass them off to Carrie, you pass them off to Karen, whoever your enroller is, you pass them off. Get them on a 3-way call. If you have multiple people, schedule a small potential promoter Zoom. So tomorrow night we have a potential promoter Zoom. So if you're just getting started and you have some really, pumped up people who are ready to go and ready to get started, get them on that Zoom. It's tomorrow night at 7:30 Central. And then, you can get them connected that way. If maybe, Wednesday, all of a sudden you have 4 people interested and there's no potential promoter Zoom until the next Tuesday, do not tell them, hey, next Tuesday, there's a potential promoter Zoom. No, like they're excited right now. You are going to message somebody on Team Legend and we will hop on and we'll do a Zoom just for your friends who are interested. We'll do a 3-way call, a 4-way call, whatever we've got to do to get them that information, but get them connected. So very simple. Order Hacked magazines. So Hacked magazines are amazing tools. If you've not read a Hacked magazine, read it like 10 times to feel like you've absorbed any of the information. It's really cool. It's I wish I had mine over here, but I don't feel like getting up and going to get it. It's really awesome. It's a very good business tool. Hey, look, Carrie's got the Hacked magazine. If you pick it up, it really feels like, it doesn't feel like marketing material. It doesn't feel like a flyer or anything like that. Like, it's a magazine and it has advertisements and it is beautiful and the writing is amazing. Professional photography. It is a very validating piece of marketing material. So get that in people's hands if they're interested. If they're interested in, your doctor is interested, give them a Hacked magazine. Like, how cool would that be to be like, hey, here's an entire magazine on all the awesome things that Prove It and Keto OS can do for you. And in this magazine are articles by doctors and scientists and personal trainers and, fitness experts and all of these awesome people have wrote these articles or have been interviewed for these articles. So get Hacked magazines in your hands. If you, can't afford to buy a huge bundle of them, talk to your enroller. I'm sure they have bigger bundles that they can send you a handful of. Put them in the doctor's office with the card taped to it. There's also, I just noticed, if you log into your tool, like your store, your tools and apparels, there's actually stickers that they made for the Hacked magazines that go in the little spot on the back where there's no writing, and it's a sticker that you can have printed. That's a Hacked magazine sticker. They're super cheap. I think it's like $1.90 for a sheet. I mean, go ahead and grab those while you're grabbing the Hacked magazines because they look really professional that way. And then the only other thing that you need to know as a new promoter is 3 words. This is everything you do forever, is watch, connect, enroll. So you get people to watch the campfire video, you connect them with your upline or another person, and you get them enrolled. That's literally it. You pass the baton. So if you were on the huddle call today, that Michael Rutherford covered this perfectly. Are you a one-man band or are you running a relay race? You always want to run a relay race. Like, how hard would it be right now? You haven't been training and you go and you run a marathon. That would be literally impossible, right? You would want to die. But what is 26 miles up? You could probably do it, right? Even if it wasn't like the best time you ever did, like, you could do it and you would be successful. Same thing with enrolling new promoters and enrolling new customers. You get them to watch the video, you connect them to someone else when they have questions, and then you get them enrolled, and then you repeat. So simple. What do we say to someone in our upline when connecting them to a customer, and what do we say to the customer? Mine is so easy. I just usually say, well, hey, like, I'm actually still kind of new at this too, and my friend Steven knows way much with them. They usually are not going to say no. They're just going to be, oh, okay, cool, sure. And then I send Steven a message. I'm like, hey, group chat now. Get over there. And I add them to a group message, and he goes in and he helps validate and he answers questions for me. What's that?
I said you are that mean about it too.
I sent him a text and like, Steven, group message.
Now.
Right
now.
But yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. That's literally our job. Our job is to help you get new promoters and help you enroll people. So that's what we're here for. So simple. How do you guys handle someone doesn't want to be connected to the upline? That's a little harder. I've actually never had someone tell me that they didn't want to be in a group message to answer questions. So, I mean, I guess if you get that, you can always play telephone. You can get their question. You can ask your upline the question, and then you can report back. You know, that's like a worst case scenario kind of thing. I've actually never had anybody tell me no. So I haven't come across that, but that's what I would do in that instance. And then Casey is on here, and Casey has like been on fire, and she's killing it. And she had a couple of tips that she wanted to share with you guys so that you didn't have to listen to me this entire time. So Casey's going to talk to you guys a little bit, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Hey y'all, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, well, so like she was saying just a second ago, like third-party validations, like don't hesitate, don't be afraid to throw your upline into a group message or get them on the phone to talk to new customers, new promoters. Like, don't hesitate at all. In fact, I tell my girls all the time, they'll say, well, how do I, talk to so-and-so about, like placing their first month order? And I'm like, get it in a group chat, get them in with me, and I'll talk to them about it. That could, like, it's like Sierra said, like, that's what we're here for. So as you're learning, you'll learn, how to do these things too. But always, like I'll say it again, always get your upline, and don't ever hesitate about it, because that's what we want to be here to help you. Another thing that I think is a huge deal is huddle calls, and the state of play calls. Like, I cannot put into words how amazing it is that they get on the phone every single day, like Michael Rutherford or Brian or any of those people. They take like 30, 45 minutes, however long it runs, and they sit there and talk to, they talk to us. It's not one-on-one, but they're talking to us, and they're getting us pumped up, and they give us positivity. And I feel like every day we need to get up and listen to something positive. And so that's like one of my other big things is I tell my girls all the time, always get on the huddle calls. It's amazing that you get to hear their tips, their advice, and their positivity every single day. And I guess like that's basically it. Like, I could preach on a huddle call, honestly. Like, I love them. It's what gets me going every day.
Yeah, for sure. The huddle calls are super important. There is a Prove It review call on Tuesday night too. The cool thing about that is it's something that you really would plug in like a new customer to as well. Just like tonight, the state of play. I think my first call with Prove It was actually like a Prove It review call. So it was just, it's awesome. They get doctors and trainers and all kinds of awesome third-party validation there again on the call to talk about how amazing everything is. Both calls are 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. So those are Mondays and Tuesdays. So those are really important. And then Stephen, did you have anything else we missed? I know you've been listening intently, so I'm sure you know all of it. But
Well, the Jamp call just got over with about 5 minutes ago, so I'll be trying to listen to that too.
Anything good I missed?
I think you covered it all. I don't know how much they preach on that third-party validation, but guys, it literally works. It's crazy. Like, just today, I got added to a bunch of messages, and these people messaged me, say, "Hey, I'm throwing in a group message." I like, bring them on. So I'm telling them all these things, and they message me right back, the original promoter, and they say, "Hey, I just told them that." And I was like, "Okay," and they jumped on board. Like, it was because of I validated everything that they said. They're like, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean? So whether you think you're bothering me, or whether you think that you've told them all, everything that you can possibly think of, there may be one little nugget in the way that I word things, the way that Sierra words things, whoever words whatever that they word it, that they pick up on, and they'll say, okay, I can do this. So don't feel like that you have to tell them everything, because you don't. You don't have to learn everything, because you don't. There's still things that I don't know. There's still things that Sierra don't know. We just throw them in group messages with our people above us. So, and that's the cool thing about it. All you need to focus on is that GoPro Go MVP. Like she was saying earlier, you don't have to worry about trying to rank up or trying to figure out your numbers and all this stuff. Like literally fill up those boxes right there. And then once you get that, you get your people to do the same thing, and you get their people to do the same thing, and then you start rolling. And literally that's how your business is going to boom, because that's all we did. I'm pretty sure we were kind of like, okay, I need to know why, I need to know how, I need to know these numbers. And it was Michael Rutherford, Michael Bill, Melissa Reddix. They were like, no, you don't. Like, stop thinking about it. Like, get that out of your mind. You don't have to know what's going on. You don't have to know your volume. You don't want to figure up your volume. Just literally fill up those bars and things will duplicate. And so we said, okay. So we sat back a little bit, kind of scared, but that's what we did. So I believe in all y'all. I think y'all can all do that exact same thing. But yeah, y'all just need to stay plugged into us and get us connected with all your new people. Third-party validation all day long. Preach, preach, preach. I feel like that's all we ever talk about these days.
It's huge. It's so huge. And the thing, like, I will say, total honesty, I was that person. I have a very, very hard time not knowing everything. And I know that there are probably a lot of you on here who feel the exact same way. I am a science nerd, and like, I wanted to know, everything there was to know about ketones, I wanted to know. I was that person. And it really took like reflecting on the fact that Jessica was doing amazing, and she didn't know anything about ketones. And, like all of these people who are killing it in these businesses and doing amazing things and changing all of these lives, didn't know anything about ketones, and they were doing amazing because they didn't know anything. Basically, you scare people off and you make people think that they can't do what you're doing if you know everything. So now that I've been here 6 months and I've had all this time to research, I know so much about ketones, but if you put me in a message, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing about ketones, in public at least. In private we can have a long chat, but
hey, another reason for that whole third-party validation is not only to get these people involved, but to also they see you putting them in a group message with your upline. They think, hey, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't do anything. All she did was add me to her group message with her upline. She's not even answering questions. I don't need to know this. Her upline knows this. So they literally think, they're like, hey, I can do that. Why not become a promoter, make as much money as they are, because they're doing good by just adding me to group messages with their people. So, that's another reason to do that. It's not just for us to give our knowledge, but it's also for, to help other people realize that they can actually do the exact same thing that you're doing as well. Hey,
Jess, I see you like in the sun over there.
Jessica and Ashley, look at them hanging out in Laguna Beach over here, Beverly Hills style. Crazy.
I'm so jealous right now. I hate you both so very much.
Y'all want to see really quick what
yes.
we're looking at?
Yeah.
You can't even believe it. Okay, hang on.
So pretty. Oh goodness, I love it.
Right.
So see, if you pretend like you know nothing about ketones, you connect people to your enroller and you get third-party validation. That'll be you in 6 months. So,
that's all
Parker wants to third-party validation and a little bit of hustle and no sleep, and you'll get there.
Right.
Super simple. So do you guys have any questions? The call starts in 4 minutes, so we have 4 minutes. If you guys have any questions that we can answer for you. Or do you think you got it all? And this is recorded, so this is Steven. He gets to upload this to the team page because it's in his cloud.
Actually, I think since you was done on your computer, then you get to do it.
I did it to the cloud, not to my computer. So.
Okay.
I'm too smart for that. How do you get group volume? Not important. I can message you about it later, or we can talk about it later. But I'm not going to tell all of these people about group volume because it's not important when you're first getting started. That's something for later. But I will message you and I will explain it to you, Trish. But as far as when you first get started, it's group volume doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Go pro, go MVP, and repeat. So, hey, who else had one? Jaylee, I've been a promoter for 48 hours and I still haven't made a sale yet and I'm getting bummed. So Samantha, have you connected anybody who's been interested? Have you been using third-party validation? Have you had your enroller look at your Facebook page to see, give you some advice, give you some tips? Have you gotten people on three-way calls with your enroller or with one of us? There's a lot of things that you guys could be doing that would make a huge difference. So if you're here, you can unmute yourself.
I have done most of that, but not all of it. I haven't done a three-way chat, and I haven't connected them to my upline, but I have been like following up with them and stuff, and a lot of them are just saying like, I'm waiting until payday, I have to talk to my spouse or yada yada yada, but they haven't given me a for sure yes, I'm doing it. So okay. I still haven't even like hit my go button yet because I'm waiting till I have somebody that's gonna buy.
Okay. And I will say one thing, like waiting on hitting your go button is fine. But honestly, I feel like if you're a work better under pressure person, hit the go button. Because then it's gonna, like, those people may be waiting. You may have 10 people waiting for payday, but there's probably 100 people out there that you can go and you can send that video to and you can turn over new stones. So if these stones over here aren't diamonds, there's hundreds of other stones out there. So just keep turning them over. And I feel like sometimes that go button and that counter creates that sense of urgency. So it's almost you have a crutch when you haven't hit the go button. And so it kind of forces you to hustle a little more. But when you get somebody who is interested, instead of taking it from the very beginning, you can immediately if they show interest, immediately throw them in that group message. And sometimes you just need that to pick up on what the other person is saying. You get new verbiage to use, you get new ways of wording things. There's some things that, like Steven, the way he words it, I'm like, man, that sounds way better than the way I would have said it. And I'm going to start saying it that way from now on. And you see some results. Ashley, so potential customers are just interested, I just add them to a group with you and you will sell. Yeah, so as long as they're interested and you're not like, basically spamming them with group messages, be like, hey, like my friend knows a lot more about this than I do. Do you mind if I put you in a group message? And then we do our thing. So, leave it to us. You don't have to do it. Ordering my experience pack May 2nd, still pending. Have a lot of people waiting on samples. There's a slight delay in shipping. Anytime you order something on sale, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be a slight delay in shipping. Samples to kind of help you out, and you have some people who just need their samples immediately to really get them started. But honestly, I didn't have samples when I first started either. I didn't even know a 5-day experience was an option. When I first started, I bought a canister because I didn't even know a 5-day was an option. And when I first started selling, I didn't have samples in hand either. And I was able to hit my GoPro and my Go MVP within a couple of days because I didn't lead with a 5-day experience. I led with, hey, do you want to try a month supply? Hey, do you want to become a promoter? Is it too late to order the experience pack if you've already joined a promoter a few days ago? No. As long as you order your experience pack within your first 14 days, you're going to get the rest of your 30 days, you'll get the double go fast, and then you're still going to get that rank 5 pass for a year. So still order it. Even if you joined as a promoter 5 or 6 days ago, like get it in, get it ordered, order that experience pack if you're capable, because that's going to be huge for your business. So the call just started. I hate to cut you guys off, but it is time. And tomorrow night is the potential promoter Zoom. So if you're on this Zoom, your goal for tomorrow is to get 5 friends and get them on that potential promoter Zoom tomorrow, because that will make a huge difference in your business. So get them on that tomorrow. And if you guys have other questions, you can private message me or Steven or Casey, and we can help you guys too. So sorry to cut you off, but you gotta go. You gotta get on the call, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.